Yo, what up, y'all? I'm Hank McCoy. This is the Hank McCoy Show. I'm back with another reaction. This reaction is going to be on Mr. Ceddy Nash. Why Ceddy Nash? Well, because I was watching Big Bang yesterday, and lo and behold, Ceddy Nash was on there. I really didn't know too much about Ceddy Nash. I've seen him before, maybe once or twice on No Jumper. But I really don't know much about him, and I still kind of don't really know too much about him, but the things that I did learn about him, pretty controversial. So hopefully you like the video. Well, you have to like the video. Please like the video. Like, share, subscribe to the video. It helps the channel grow, because that's what we're trying to do over here constantly at the Hank McCoy Show, is grow. So without further ado, let's get into the content. All right, so in this video, we'll get a chance to see the newscast that Ceddy Nash was actually in, and we get to see him reporting on what happened at this bar downtown in Sacramento, I believe it was in. And basically he tries to, he's on there, the reporter's asking him questions. He answers a couple of questions. It was really vague. You know, and then they go into the newscast giving details, so on and so forth, of what happened. I guess what happened was a guy allegedly walked into this bar, shot another guy, and then took off or whatever. So Ceddy Nash apparently was there that night, and he's given details on what happened, or what he heard or saw, or so on and so forth. Keep in mind that after this came out and people started pulling Ceddy Nash's card, this crazy excuse of him being a crisis actor, and he was actually paid to give the statements that he did on air. So I was like, wow, that's crazy. You know, I mean, stuff's been used like that in politics or whatever, and I guess this might even fit the bill, but there was still too many questions that I was just like, yo, I mean, if there's so many questions like that and there's not enough answers, then usually it's probably a lie or some kind of diversion or something, right? So he comes out, he's on a whole bunch of platforms talking about he was a crisis actor. The main platform that he said this on was on No Jumper. And then immediately after that, he denies saying that he said that. So this video right here confirms that he did, in fact, say that he was a crisis actor. And then it also confirms him saying that he wasn't one. So people are just trying to figure out, is he a crisis actor, or what is he? Is he a YouTuber? Is he a newscaster? Is he a Fed? What is he? I don't know what he is, honestly. I can't really give you my personal opinion on what he is, but I could tell you that some of the shit that I've seen so far is a little shady. Also, he's a known WAC 100 accomplice, so again, a little shady. But let's watch the video.
With some witnesses about what they heard. They said they heard an argument just before the shooting. When you heard the argument, was it a long argument? Was it just short? Did it seem like they knew each other?
It was static. And his friend was like, "He not even a part of this. You know, he not a part of this." S.
And then boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom.
On FaceTime, Big Ceddy, man, King of.
All right, so right there, we just saw the newscast. Okay, that was him. This was a long time ago. This was a very long time ago. Obviously, you can see because he was skinny and looked halfway decent. Now he's just, I don't know. In my personal opinion, he kind of looks like King Koopa or something. You know what I'm saying? Like from Mario Brothers or whatever. But we just saw him report on the news. Okay, now keep in mind, he's saying that he's a crisis actor. Okay, this is what he said. He said he was a crisis actor. Okay, and then he goes back and denies that he said that. Okay, so just pay attention to the video and see if you can pick up some key factors.
Hey,
Free young Ant.
Munchie.
Hey, what's up? What's up, brother?
The mic, but you put on the mic, yeah, great. Yeah.
No. I heard you made a couple of videos, man.
All right, so the guy Ceddy Nash ended up going back and forth with Munchie B from No Jumper. Okay, they had some videos going back and forth with each other, and now they're finally getting a chance to talk face to face per se. They're on FaceTime or whatever. So let's listen and see what transpires right now.
What's the issue, my brother?
I reacted to videos you made of me. It's a response.
Oh yeah, what I say, bro? I make a lot of videos.
I said I got. Go ahead.
One more time.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
No. What video you talking about? Which video you referring to, my brother?
You said I got paid $10,000 for an interview and did.
You did. It's on YouTube.
Okay, so this is the part where he calls in to No Jump. Well, Flacco calls him on FaceTime, hands the phone to Munchie B, and then now they're going back and forth. Ceddy Nash is denying that he ever said he was a crisis actor, and Munchie B's like, yes, you did. You did say that. You said that, and I can give you proof that you said that. So let's watch this.
You say you got paid to do that crisis, right?
You said first. That's not what I said. But either way it is.
No.
You said I got paid.
You didn't say you got paid $10,000 to do that video.
I never said that.
What you say? No. I could find it, bro.
This is a great podcast today, guys.
Yeah.
No. We ain't gonna hit you back because I just wanted. I want to. So that's why I didn't listen to it. I heard you had some.
Yo, he asked him a direct question. He couldn't answer the question, and then he hangs up the phone. This shit is hilarious. And then Munchie B keeps going like he's still there. This is how you know Munchie B is like, he's definitely blind. I don't know what percentage of blind he is, but he's for sure blind because he's still he's still on FaceTime, right? He's still on FaceTime talking to Ceddy Nash, and Ceddy Nash already hung up the phone, and Munchie's still trying to fucking press him. This is so funny. Oh, man.
I want to. Oh, so that's why. Because I didn't listen to it. I heard you had some jokes and shit, but that's what that was. He hung up.
Fuck no. I ain't see no police.
All right, so this next clip right here, right, is him. I believe he's on Instagram, and now he's trying to plead his case to. Ceddy Nash is trying to plead his case to the guy Remo from No Jumper that everyone's accusing Remo of being like an undercover agent or something. You know what I'm saying? He's like a undercover cop or something. You know what I'm saying? He's like a Jay Reed from the movie and shit like that or whatever.
Oh, and fuck no. I ain't see no police. I ain't talked to no police. I helped my nigga out with his motherfucking job, and that's it. And like,
all right, so he's saying that he helped his nigga out with his job. The nigga that he's talking about is the white dude that's in the newscaster. That's the guy he's talking about. He's talking about the reporter. That's who he's talking about. This is the person that he's talking about. So he's saying I helped him out with his job or whatever. So basically, the news reporter is his friend, and Ceddy Nash happens to be there. His friend sees him. He's like, hey, what happened? And then he goes and tells his friend or whatever what happened, and then it ends up being like a newscast. You know what I'm saying?
I said, I'd do it again.
Let's do it this way real quick. We go up. Right?
All right. This is the part where Ceddy Nash confirms that he's a crisis actor.
Everything go up paperwork, right? Yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Everything what?
You can Google that paperwork. Nobody was even there. This was a disagreement between two people. I got paid to say that. That's what crisis acting look like.
You get paid to snitch?
I got paid to say that. That's what crisis acting look like.
You get paid to snitch?
I'm way down the street. I don't know what the hell.
Yo, that shit. Yo, 607 Unk. He said, you get paid to snitch? Yo, I got to rewind that. I'm sorry. This is hilarious. So this is Ceddy Nash confirming on No Jumper on the phone, confirming that he is in fact a paid crisis actor. Okay? After we just watched him say he isn't a crisis, he never got paid for nothing. He was doing somebody a favor. He isn't an actor. It's all bullshit.
Wait, What'd you say?
Tell him his metro.
Everything go out paperwork, right? Yeah or nay?
Yeah.
Everything what?
You can Google that paperwork. Nobody was even there. This was a disagreement between two people. I got paid to say that. That's what Christ's action look like.
You get paid to snitch?
I got paid to say that. That's what Christ's action look like.
You get paid to snitch?
I'm way down the street. I don't know what the hell happened.
Oh, my.
Oh, shit.
You can Google this. Orange 15th in Sacramento is a bunch of bars.
All right, so that last statement that he just said, he said he was way down the street. He didn't see anything. Okay, listen to what he says.
I'm way down the street. I don't know what the hell happened.
Oh.
Okay, he's way down the street. He doesn't know what the hell happened. All right, now let's listen to more of what he says.
Oh, shit.
You can Google this. Orange 15th in Sacramento is a bunch of bars.
Okay. And I did too. I for sure did, because you want to know what I did? I Googled it, right? And I seen that, yeah, it is. There are a bunch of bars. So once I seen that, I was like, oh, I must be in the right place. So you know how Google Maps is, right? You can just walk down every street on Google Maps, right? So that's what I started to do. And I was trying to match stuff up with the news reporting video, because I wanted to see exactly where you were or whatever. And my stupid ass, because I smoke weed and all that, didn't realize how old it was and the new Google photos or whatever. So some of the scenery has changed or whatever. But I basically found where you possibly could have been standing at. And it isn't too far off from, the incident. So it's just like, it's just a lot of smoke and mirrors and stuff. Like he's playing like little word games and stuff, trying to like divert attention off of key facts and stuff in it. And he definitely was there, because he admits that he was there, right? Then he says, oh, well, I didn't see anything. But it's like, you're saying in the same sentence that you told your newscaster buddy what happened or whatever. So it's like, what do you think he's going to do? After you tell him what happened, what do you think he's going to go do? You think he's just going to keep it to himself when he's there to go do a newscast and find out what happened? And now you're saying, oh, well, we were paid. And then you were playing like little semantics or whatever, talking about, the lights on the building or whatever. You can see it's only red lights. Why aren't you seeing any blue lights or whatever? And it's like, all right, so we get it. But here's the thing. When there's a shooting or something, or a crime or whatever, and then they rope off the area with crime scene tape or whatever they have, right? No one can be inside of the crime scene. So, of course, when you're doing the interview, you're down the street a little ways off of the fucking crime scene. Like, any idiot can understand that. They're not going to have you, some random ass nigga, standing in the middle of a crime scene doing an interview. They don't even let the reporters do that shit. They're outside of the tape. And when I saw where everything was and then try to match everything up on Google Maps and all that, I can see that it wasn't too far down the street. It wasn't too far at all. So what I think honestly happened was, I think that some shit happened. You saw it. You got up out of there, right? You went down the street a little ways. Cops came, right? You were still hanging around because you wanted to know what happened. Then your news reporter buddy pulls up. He sees you. He's like, yo, what happened? You tell him on camera what happened, right? It becomes a whole newscast. And now it's like, you're thinking about it in your head. You go home thinking about it in your head like, oh shit, what did I just do? So now you're trying to now you're trying to play like, I was a paid crisis actor type shit, right? But then when you're confronted on No Jumper about it, it's like, oh, you're lying. You're saying, oh, I'm not no paid. I never said that. You know what I'm saying? So that shit just doesn't make sense. Like the honey barbecue Fritos you have on your sleeve right here.
I was there to meet bitches. The news reporter is my homie. I can show you on on Facebook a couple of news reporter homies.
Right there. The news reporter is his homie. Okay? So everything I just said could possibly very well be the truth of what I just said. You know what I'm saying? He's saying that the news reporter guy is his friend. That verifies what I just said. Watch.
The news reporter is my homie. I can show you on on Facebook a couple of news reporter homies. So let's get to it. What was said versus what actually was in the goddamn report. When he say, no, what did he say? Say
he's clearly making up a story.
Yeah,
clearly,
and his homie say not.
He's clearly making up a story. Watch this. He's gonna concoct this story right here. This guy's good. This guy's really good. Right? He tells you half truths, part truths, and then he gives you the mysticism. So you got to try to put everything together on your own. He isn't gonna just tell you right off what it is. You know what I'm saying? Watch.
He was in the goddamn report. When he say, no, what did he say? Say, you heard the conversation. I say, yeah, it's real static. And his homie say, not even a part of this S. Well, in the actual paperwork, there was never an argument. Zero. He didn't have no friends outside. It was him and Buddy. That's it. So there were no friends. There was no argument. Zero. So on top of that,
I don't think any of that matters. I don't think none of the people even care about if there was other people there like that, which there obviously was. If you're at a bar, it isn't going to be a whole strip. It isn't going to be a strip of bars because, like I said, I Google mapped it. I saw it as a bunch of bars, a bunch of stores and shit. There was a few one-ways or whatever, you know what I'm saying? One-way streets. So, you know, those type of areas are going to be, there's going to be people there. So somebody's seen something or whatever. You're not the only person that allegedly saw something or whatever from a distance or heard about seeing something or whatever. Like, there were other people there. So stop trying to, he was trying to make it seem like he was like the only witness or whatever.
Sorry. It was him and Buddy. That's it. So there were no friends. There was no argument. Zero. So on top of that, who said boom, boom, boom first? Was it me or was it the news guy?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
So if you
again, something else that just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he said it first or if you said it first. What matters is the fact is this, is that the news guy said it, okay, then you verified it. That's what matters, is that you verified it. That's what people are tripping on. They're like, yo, well, you're like, all right, so you didn't say it, but you still verified it. So by you verifying it and you calling yourself a real street guy or whatever, that kind of, to people that, you know, don't do any research or homework or whatever, they're just going to be like, oh, that's what happened.
You watch the news clip, he say, then boom, boom, boom. I agree. I'm like, then boom, boom, boom. Because we running the play. You had nobody. If you look at the lights where we're at, we're in the far off distance. You don't even see the blues. If you see the blues, then you right there.
All right, so this is where he's going to stop playing games. This is where he's going to stop playing games with the geography and all that shit, the geography games. We were over here. You can't even see the blues and all this other shit. Well, to that, like, anyone can say anything to that. Like, if you know anything about optics and fucking camera angles and shit like that, you could be like, oh, well, you know, maybe it was the angle or whatever didn't provide a blue spectrum or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You could say all the random bullshit that you want, but it's just not going to make it true. But people do this when they're trying to squirm out of something. They're trying to divert attention to the direct questions. You know what I'm saying? So let's hear it again.
In the far off distance. You don't even see the blues. If you see the blues, then you right there. Yeah, think about it. Why the hell would I be next to a dead body smiling and laughing?
Red fish, blue fish, knick-knack, paddywhack. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. He said he didn't see the reds and the blues and the reds and the blues and the knick-knack, paddywhack.
In the far off distance. You don't even see the blues. If you see the blues, then you right there. Yeah, think about it. Why the hell would I be next to a dead body smiling and laughing? That's a little odd.
Maybe
like,
you're just that savage.
Possible. Yeah.
Possible. But, okay, so you're saying that you weren't anywhere near this.
Bro, that was a made-up story.
Oh, okay.
That was a whole made-up story. So when they do that, it's like, Damn, all right, cool. I never say I see somebody get whacked. I never say I see a gun. I never say I see somebody get killed. I never say any of that shit. It's an argument. His homie say he ain't a part of this, and then boom, boom, boom. Which I should have put that on the shirt. I really should have ran with it and got a lot more.
All right, so the next clip, right? First of all, why'd you even say anything? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, he doesn't have to say anything. The fact that the news reporter is his friend makes it look really suspicious. All right, but we just listened to him say that he was nowhere near. He was nowhere near the incident or whatever. He was all the way down the street and all this other shit, right? So these next images you're gonna see are the newscast in the beginning where it shows everything roped off or whatever with crime scene tape. So right here on my cursor, you can see the front angle right here where I'm scrolling on with my cursor. You can see that right there is crime scene tape. Behind it, on the other side where my cursor is, you can see where the red arrow is. Underneath the red arrow is more crime scene tape, okay? It's wrapped around over here, okay? And it goes all the way down the street over there, okay?
Witnesses about what they heard. They said they heard an argument just before the shooting.
I'll slow it down a little bit. You can see back there.
When you heard the argument.
Now right
was it
here.
a long argument? Was it just
Right here, where the red arrow is, you can see the crime scene tape. Watch. Where is Ceddy Nash standing?
when you heard the argument? Was it a long argument? Was it just short? Did it seem like they knew each other?
It was static. And his friend was like, he not even a part of this.
It looks like him and his friend are standing outside of the crime scene, right? While the crime scene is maybe to the, I believe it would be to the right of them because it's all one ways. So we can see right here, that main street is a one way, right? Where the bar is. This car is facing that direction over there towards the right. So, and the crime scene tape is over the car. So this guy is just right there.
You know, he's not a part of this S.
And then boom, 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 boom.
So now he's gonna tell you the real story about what happened after he asked his newscaster buddies what happened or whatever. Now he's gonna tell you the story about what happened, the true story.
And then boom, boom, boom,
Boom, boom, boom.
Come out. So what really happened, the true story of what happened is this shit was over a fucking girl. All of this shit was over a bitch. The dude was at the bar, I guess, and then seen the dude and upped the cannon on him. Now he upped the cannon on him, he shoot him. Then he get in his car. While this is happening, the police see the shit and they follow him. Now, when they follow him, this fool bold as hell. He tossed the gun into his neighbor.
All right, so the police saw everything, right? So this is what he's saying. Usually, right, newscasters and reporters, they have an insider or they have somebody on the inside where there's, whenever there's a crime and there's a crime scene, there's usually a detective, a police officer, or somebody, whoever knows what's going on, and they give insider tip on what's going on. They might not give too much or whatever, but they'll give you a little quick basis of what could have transpired. Okay? So Ceddy Nash is acting like he's the only one that knows, or excuse me, he's the only one that knew what happened or whatever. He told what happened first or whatever, but the cops already knew what happened.
And they follow him. Now, when they follow him, this fool bold as hell. He tossed the gun into his neighbor's yard, then turn around, go get something to eat, come back, police arrest him. He claims self-defense. But the crazier part is he almost had it beat on a self-defense. He said, oh, he had a gun on him, and then the report says that the friends took something up out of his pocket. That should have been.
Okay, so he just said he had a gun on him, and the reporter says he took something out of his pocket. This was what was in the statement or whatever he's saying. If this is true and the reporters are your friends, How would they know that unless you told them or the cops told them?
On a self-defense. He said, oh, he had a gun on him, and then the report says that the friends took something up out of his pocket. That should have been enough. But the biggest thing I hated about it was they tried to implement me on a fucking murder. But the biggest thing I hated about it was they tried to implement me on a fucking murder.
Okay, so right there gives a motive as to why he would tell anything. If they're implicating him in this murder, or if they implicated him in this murder, would he be nervous enough to make a statement to clear his own name? That's the question. I don't know if he would. I don't know this dude. You know, it just seems a little fishy. He's talking about the specific incident. He isn't talking about something else or how it's happened to him before. Like, he's talking about this specific incident. So he was involved in this. If they accused him of this, then that means he was involved. That means that it doesn't mean that he did it. It just means that they involved him in it. Maybe it happened and they stopped him and was like, yo, you're detained or whatever. You understand? And then maybe his news reporter friend came over after, you know, shit was cleared up. And then he told him the details of what transpired.
Bro, this is like the fourth fucking murder they try to put on me on YouTube, bro. This shit, like, this is some essay shit. This ain't got shit to do with you understand.
It was Mexican.
This dude's the Grim Reaper of YouTube, yo, straight up. 4 bodies. That's insane.
Yeah, it was
shooting each other.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is some Mexicans, bro. What the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm there R15 to meet bitches.
He was there to meet bitches. I don't know. I'm not sure if I believe him or not. Maybe you believe him. It's up to you. Decide. While you're deciding, leave a comment underneath, because I want to read it and be like, yo, I want to see who's thinking the same thing that I am. But anyways, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with more content. Peace out.